como piedra preciosa, como divina joya, valiosa de verdad. Si mis ojos no me mienten, si mis ojos no me engañan, tu belleza es sin igual. Tuve una vez la ilusión de tener un amor que me hiciera valer. Luego que te vi, mujer, yo te pude querer con toditita mi alma. Eres la gema que Dios convirtiera en mujer para el bien de mi vida. Por eso quise cantar y gritar que te quiero, mujer consentida. Por eso elevo mi voz bendiciendo tu nombre, pidiéndote amor. Que me hiciera valer. Con toditita mi alma, eres la gema que Dios convirtiera en mujer para el bien de mi vida. Por eso quise cantar y gritar que te quiero, mujer consentida. Por eso elevo mi voz bendiciendo tu nombre, pidiéndote amor. Sin ti no podré vivir jamás, ni pensar que nunca más estarás junto a mí. Sin ti, ¿qué me puede ya importar? Si lo que me hace llorar es tan lejos de aquí. Sin ti no hay clemencia ni dolor. La esperanza de mi amor te la llevas por sin ti es inútil vivir, como inútil será el quererte olvidar. Sin ti no hay clemencia ni dolor. La esperanza de mi amor te la llevas por fin. Sin ti es inútil vivir, como inútil será el quererte olvidar. voy a alejarme sin antes decir que lloro, que sufro al mirarte tan cerca mis manos y sin poderte así. Quiéreme, porque ya creo merecerte, porque ya logré ponerte en mi alma tu más grande altar. Ay, pero quiéreme, solo basta una sonrisa para hacerte 3 regalos. Son el cielo, la luna y el mar. Yo que soñé con tener una reina que mandara en mis adentros, que no tengo que buscarla porque en ti todo lo encuentro. Ya no más, dime que sí. Solo basta una sonrisa para hacerte 3 regalos, mi amor. Son el cielo, la luna y el mar. Solo basta una sonrisa para hacerte 3 regalos. Son el cielo, la luna y el mar. Son el cielo, la luna y el mar. Son el cielo, la luna y el mar. Siempre que te pregunto que cuándo y cómo y dónde, tú siempre me respondes quizás, quizás, quizás. Y así pasan los días y yo desesperando y tú contestando quizás, quizás, quizás. Estoy perdiendo el tiempo pensando, pensando. Por más lo que tú quieras, hasta así pasan los días y yo desesperando y tú contestando, quizás, quizás, quizás. Estoy perdiendo el tiempo pensando, pensando, por más lo que tú quieras, ¿hasta cuándo? ¿Hasta cuándo? Y así pasan los días y yo desesperando y tú contestando, quizás, 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 quizás. Quizás, quizás, quizás. 2, 3, 4. Échale, muchacho.
Cuando te vi por primera vez, aquel momento no puedo olvidar.
Cuando te vi por primera vez, aquel momento no puedo olvidar. Y me la paso pensando en ti, sin olvidar qué manera de mirar. Y me la paso pensando en ti, sin olvidar que nunca jamás. Yolanda, sabes que te quiero, Yolanda, que por ti me muero, Yolanda. Sabes que te quiero, Yolanda, y me desespero. Solo espero que me digas que sí, para no vivir desesperado. Y solo espero que me digas que sí, para no vivir desesperado. En aquel momento me hiciste feliz, las pocas horas que pasé a tu lado. En aquel momento me hiciste feliz, las pocas horas que pasé a tu lado. Yolanda, sabes que te quiero, Yolanda, que por ti me muero, Yolanda. Sabes que te quiero, Yolanda, y me desespero.
Come on, dude. Eso, échale. ¡Ay!
bartending for you today. We're going to make one of our specialty cocktails. I have for you the Paloma. It'll have our El Jimador Silver, the grapefruit juice, lime juice, and a little bit of tahini. We'll do 1 ounce of our El Jimador Silver. We'll do our grapefruit juice. Then we'll also do a half an ounce of lime juice. We'll get a shot of the soda. And then we'll sprinkle some tahini. And then if you would like, you can shake it. Garnish with a lime. This is our Paloma.
Good Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Gary Lezak, Chief Meteorologist at 41 Action News, and it is my pleasure to be back with you all again this year for the 20th anniversary of the American Cancer Society's Shave to Save, presented by the University of Kansas Health System. This event means a lot to me for many reasons. 20 years ago when this event started, I was going through my own cancer treatments. I was going through extensive chemotherapy. I had what was called extraskeletal osteogenic sarcoma, or out of the bone cancer, and it was quite an experience. A year later, I went through all my treatments, and I began the journey to find out I was going to end up being cancer-free, cancer survivor, and maybe even cured from cancer. So 20 years ago, the event started. I was going through that. 19 years ago, Matt Anthony came up to me and asked me to host this event. And I was like, wow, this is a great way for me to give back to our community who supported me so much. And now we need to support so many others. So it's called the Shave to Save fundraiser, a great event. And I'm proud to be involved supporting the Hope Lodge of Kansas City. Shave to Save has raised more than $3 million for our Hope Lodge right here in Kansas City. If this is your first Shave to Save experience, you are in for a real treat. This event is incredibly special because each year a group of people, better known to us as shavees, volunteer to raise critical funds and shave their heads to spread awareness about our local Hope Lodge. We are so fortunate to have a Hope Lodge right here in Kansas City. It's a home away from home that provides a supportive and nurturing environment for cancer patients and caregivers who must travel to Kansas City for world-class cancer treatment. Without all of you, our sponsors, supporters, shavees, and volunteers, a place like Hope Lodge would not be possible. Every year, it costs around $600,000 to run the day-to-day operations of the Kansas City Hope Lodge. The funds you help raise tonight will help cancer patients remove the worry about where to stay or how to pay for lodging, and instead allows them to focus on their treatment and getting well, like I did. And thanks to our shavees who have worked so hard over the past 4 months, we are getting even closer to our goal to fund the Hope Lodge. I am so anxious to see their new after look, something like this. Their commitment is something we are in awe of every year, and this year is no different. Like our shavees, we have all somehow, some way been impacted by cancer. And unfortunately, when COVID-19 struck, cancer didn't take a break. In fact, the pandemic has already complicated cancer even further. Life-saving screenings have been delayed, which in turn has increased chances that cancer is caught at a later stage, making it even more difficult to treat. In addition, COVID-19 forced us to temporarily close the doors of our Hope Lodge here in Kansas City in order to keep our most vulnerable cancer patients safe. This year, more than ever, we need your support to be able to reopen our doors as early as this summer and continue our mission. With the funds we raise through Shave to Save, the Hope Lodge will once again be able to, 1, provide more than 10,000 nights of free lodging, 2, save guests more than $1.8 million in hotel costs, and 3, serve more than 2,000 cancer patients and caregivers. As you can see, our Kansas City Hope Lodge is so important to our community and the guests it serves. So thank you. Speaking of community events like tonight, they're not possible without our valued and passionate community partners and executive leadership. We are extremely fortunate the following sponsors could be a part of Shave to Save. So thank you to our presenting sponsor, University of Kansas Health System, our mobile bidding sponsor, GEHA, and our gold sponsor, Panera Bread. Our silver sponsors, Advent Health, Black & Veatch, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Kansas City. Our media sponsors, Cumulus Radio, Steel City Radio, Carter Broadcast Group, 810 Sports, and KSHB 41 Action News. A special thank you to our Hope Lodge 20th birthday donors. And finally, thank you to all of our bronze and in-kind sponsors. We are thankful for each one of our partnerships. I would like to also take this opportunity to thank our 2021 Board of Ambassadors and Planning Committee, led by the amazing Jeff Wright from the University of Kansas Health System. This group has tirelessly pulled together many details of this evening's program and auction. Being this is Shave to Save's 20th anniversary, we thought we would take a journey back in time. Matt Anthony was the founder and creator of Shave to Save in 2001. And $3 million later, Shave to Save is still going strong, a beloved tradition each year for many in our community. As I said earlier, I met Matt Anthony. He and I have become friends. 20 years ago, he asked me to do this event, and now we've had this 20-year relationship with Shave to Save, but beyond that, he is just a great guy and a good friend to this day. So thank you so much, Matt, for inspiring all of us every single year. All right, now let's hear from Matt Anthony and how it feels to be celebrating 20 years of making a difference in the fight against cancer.
So first, I want to thank all the shavees, because you're the inspiration to encourage people to give. That's what makes this event so unique. And I want to thank the people who are inspired and do give, because this I know for certain, good things happen when we do good things. So please donate. So 19 years ago, this is the 20th anniversary, my brother was in the final stages of treatment. My brother Chris, who passed shortly after from brain cancer, glioblastoma. He worked for me at VML, and we got wind that ACS was looking to do something to pull the community together and do it in an interesting way to identify a patient going through cancer treatment that often results in losing your hair, and a companion member of the community that could shave to as a symbol of support, solidarity. And so Frida Schrader, who is our CFO at VML, was on the March of Dimes board. This was being discussed. She came to me and said, hey, there's something cooking. Are you interested in taking this on with your brother Chris? Chris and I talked. He was very willing to share his story with anybody, but it wasn't a badge of honor for him. So I said, so if we do this, we're going to have to create some noise around it and fundraise against it. So we decided to do it, and that sort of created momentum, and we pulled in, I think we had 5 shavees that first year.
Wow. It was a year later,
Yeah.
Jeff and Matt, that Matt came to the TV station, and he tells me about this. I was 2 to 3 years cancer-free from osteogenic sarcoma, extraskeletal osteogenic sarcoma, which is out of the bone cancer. You brought this whole concept to me, and I got involved. It was like a no-brainer for me to be involved.
You said yes on the spot, and who knew that that moment created a friendship that that is really deep.
A great friendship, and for me in the event, for me it's one of the most challenging and rewarding events I do. It's challenging because my role as MC isn't a typical MC role of other events. I interview each person getting their head shaved, and they tell their emotional story of why they got involved with Shave to Save. Either they themselves were going through cancer, their parents or siblings or friend was, and they tell their emotional story in 2 minutes, and I interview them, and then they get their head shaved. And that's all, it's not right then and there, it's always nerve-wracking because you gotta get your head shaved.
Right.
And so it was challenging because I had to interview and make sure I understood a little bit about their story before I even went in, and then it's rewarding tremendously rewarding, and that's why I've been doing it all these years, and you feel so good about it.
You know, I think it would be remiss not to thank both of you. Matt, for you starting Shave to Save Gary for all of your years and what you've continued to make this event. And I'm coming up on 25 years at the University of Kansas Health System, most of that in cancer. And I think about the thousands of patients that have come here to the Hope Lodge because they needed a place to stay going through cancer. And you've really impacted all those lives by helping to start this event and supporting the Hope Lodge. You know, we're here today in this beautiful facility, and it's hard because it's closed today because of COVID. We can't, you know, have patients, we can't have a family member stay here, but we're hoping through Shave to say that we can raise enough money to really reopen this Hope Lodge for those families and those cancer patients that come from a long distance to receive care from our cancer providers here in Kansas City. And so while today I don't feel the hope because we're not open today, I'm energized and excited about Shave to Save so that we can raise money. And let's get this Hope Lodge back open again. That's what I'm excited about.
And this is mutual admiration, so thank you back to you and KU Health System for carrying the torch in such a profound way. You personally, as a Shavee and a big fundraiser, and then your organization that creates such positive outcomes for so many. But you're right. I mean, this takes me back sitting here. That I remember coming in. I visited that first year. So I had not been to Hope Lodge, and it felt so good. We had the big check, and back then we thought we crushed it. I think we raised $60,000, but it was a great start. And here all these years later, how far it's gone. But I think anything that is persistent and sustaining and creates such meaning, there has to be continuity, but there also has to be freshness, and there has to be dedicated commitments. And you, Jeff, and Gary, you guys have both demonstrated that. I had a period of I've tried to go every year. I've always tried to support it every year, but it feels even more special after all these years that all that continuity has been in place and so many new people have participated.
Yeah, we know it runs, their operating budget here is about $800,000 a year to support. And what's so, I think, rewarding about what we do is that every patient, every family member that comes here, it's free of charge to them. And we're able to do that because we're able to raise money to support the Hope Lodge. So I was a Shavee in 2019. I went a number of years without being pulled into being a Shavee. Gary was so excited to get on stage. And they took that first pass right down the middle of my head, and I thought, boy, I'm not sure this is the right thing to do.
How's this going to look with my suit? I don't know.
Exactly. But
I can tell you it looks good.
It looks great, Gary. It looks great. So Shave to Save has been so important, I believe, for the American Cancer Society, for the Hope Lodge, and that's why when I was asked to be a Shavee, it was I'm just going to say a quick yes, but maybe not a quick yes, but afterwards you really do understand and appreciate the value it brings to the Hope Lodge.
Right, and then reopening here, it's just amazing that you could go a whole year. That's going to take some energy, effort, and funding to make sure it's done properly. So this event is the beginning of that process, or at least part of that process, I hope.
And I think that's one of the great things about Shave to Save, sponsored by the American Cancer Society, brought to life by KU and all the Shavees. But the focus has been undeterred since the beginning, and that is the funds raised support the Hope Lodge 100%. It's phenomenal, and I having been in fundraising in various organizations over the years, it's those that have disciplined, rigorous focus that really make the biggest commitment. And so all of you out there who are considering supporting, no longer consider, just do it, and know that your dollars really go to such an amazing cause. Cancer, yes. Cancer patients, yes. Specifically, those patients that are fighting a battle that is protracted, and Hope Lodge is a place that can really provide that support.
It's just incredible to see the impact that a simple idea 20 years ago has made. Thank you, Matt, for bringing to life this amazing event which has impacted so many. Speaking of impact, I just found out that Matt is not done. Now this is amazing. In honor of the 20th year, Matt is matching all of your donations tonight. That's right. All donations made during the program will be matched dollar for dollar. Wow. Thank you, Matt Anthony. And look at what you guys have done so far. I can't wait to watch this thermometer continue to grow all night long. Let's keep that going up. Remember, Matt is matching. Amazing. Thank you. Check out the ticker below for instructions on how to make a donation. It is very, very easy. The match ends tonight, and remember, 100% of the donations made benefit the Kansas City Hope Lodge right here. Okay, it's about time to check in on our shavees. Before we do that, though, let's give a virtual round of applause for the amazing folks at Soul Patch Men's Shop. Soul Patch is a modern-day upscale men's barbershop here in Kansas City, and they have been partnering with Shave to Save for many years. I must say, they do great work, even though I don't need to go there. We are very appreciative of their support in our shavees and our mission. So now, without further ado, it is my privilege to introduce our first group of shavees. This year, 21 shavees have volunteered to raise money and to shave their head in solidarity with those fighting the battle against cancer. Our first group of shavees have collectively raised a lot of much-needed funds for the Kansas City Hope Lodge. Amazing, amazing work. Let's check out their journey.
Hi, I'm David Harris. I'm with Black & Veatch, and I'm getting my head shaved today because you know, when I think about people going through cancer and the challenges they face and the economic challenges they face, the Hope Lodge just provides such a fantastic option for them, and raising money for the Hope Lodge seemed like an easy decision, and you know, getting my hair cut seemed like an even easier decision. So.
Hi, I'm Dave Roof, and I am representing J.E. Dunn Construction Company. Cancer is very prevalent in my family, and I feel cancer research and a place like the Hope Lodge is very important for our community to have, so we can serve the residents of eastern Kansas and western Missouri for a safe place to stay as they get their cancer treatment.
My name is Jordan Zachney. I've been sponsored by HNTB to participate in Shave to Save this year.
My name is Kara Zachney, and I'm the designer for Park Hill School District. We are participating in Shave to Save KC this year in honor of our dad, Jim Zachney, who lost a 3-year battle to esophageal cancer in January of this year.
We're also shaving to support the millions of people worldwide right now that are battling cancer, and to support the organization of the American Cancer Society, who's fighting to try to help those people.
My name is Josh Burke, and I'm representing Black & Veatch. Just doing this because I've had a few family members have been affected by cancer, and I just couldn't imagine going through such a trial and not being able to have a place to go, and I just think it's great that what Hope Lodge does and what they offer to people and the care that they can and support that they offer throughout a trial that I just couldn't imagine going through myself. So.
My name is Megan Mann. I work for Essence of Australia, and they've been by far my biggest supporters. And I am here today because this is an event that I was a part of a few years ago as just helping out, volunteering, and it really touched me. I was raised by my grandparents and lost both of them to cancer, and I felt like this would be a good opportunity just to give back.
I'm Christy Mahanke, and I'm representing Olathe Health Cancer Center. I've been a nurse for 23 years, a cancer nurse. Being a cancer nurse, we're always involved with the American Cancer Society, and my patients inspired me just to do this and to kind of experience what they go through when we give them chemotherapy and they lose their hair, and just kind of be on the same page as them. I think it's a great way to connect with your patients, how they are going through their cancer journey, and this just gets me closer to being able to experience what they experience. It's different. It's slick.
It feels velvety.
Feels great. It's a lot cooler, nice and fuzzy.
It's really cool and not real.
Feels good to help out someone and to help out the organization as good as Hope Lodge, and then I know it's going to a good cause, and I know it's it's helping people out.
I felt a little bit connected to what a lot of people are going through in a small way, but really what I was thinking about mostly was all the people who donated and made this possible, really, and there was just so many people stepped up, and I was really surprised and impressed with the number of donors and the way they donated. So.
How great is that? They look pretty good, don't you think? We are just getting started, though, so stay tuned as we have 2 more groups to watch. While we prepare for our next group of shavees, let's talk about ways to give to the Kansas City Hope Lodge. We have made it easy with several ways to give back. Let me tell you how. First is through our online auction. That's right, folks, the ticker below includes a website, shave2021.givesmart.com. That's shave2021.givesmart.com. This website is the key to everything tonight, from the auction to donations to a special exclusive coffee blend from the roastery. I love my coffee, let me tell you that. You don't want to miss that. So visit shave2021.givesmart.com and first register if you haven't already. Then navigate to the items tab, and there you will find all the packages up for bid. Package number 100 is where you can make a 100% tax deductible donation to the Kansas City Hope Lodge tonight, which is a reminder we will be doubling that by Matt Anthony because he's matching every donation, including these. Next, let's take a look at these auction items that you can bid on. The auction is open until 9:00 p.m. tonight, so there is still plenty of time to get your bids in, but don't wait too long. Are there Patrick Mahomes fans out there? I think we all are, so come on, look at this. And I know there are. So there are some great autographed items from him in this auction, including a football and a helmet. Anyone craving to get out to do something fun? Well, safely, of course. How about Chicken and Pickle Private Party? It might be the perfect way to enjoy some good food and good fun with your favorite people. And for you golfers out there, check out the great golf packages, including one at the Nicholas Golf Club at Lionsgate. So you've heard us talk about the Hope Lodge here tonight, but you haven't heard it through the voice of a cancer patient. The impact of Hope Lodge is real, and it's life-changing. Joining us tonight is Dr. Susan Williams, who is many things. Department Chair of Chemical and Petroleum Engineering at the University of Kansas, the Faculty Athletic Representative for KU to the Big 12 and NCAA, a passionate educator recognized for her contributions to teaching, research, and service to the community, a wife, a mom, a cancer survivor. And here is her story.
I'm Susan Williams. I was diagnosed in 2018 with multiple myeloma, really out of the blue. I went in because I was tired and wasn't kind of healing like I thought I should be. And so they actually did blood work to see if I was pre-diabetic. And 2 days later I got a phone call and they said, good news is your sugar looks great. Bad news is we think you have cancer. And it was, a shock. Hit me right out of the blue. I had never in a million years did I expect that was going to be where that conversation went. I started looking and reading, and of course the first thing you see when you Google it and you go to any of these journals is life expectancy and is not curable, and it is devastating when you get that news. I was 45 years old and thinking, how in the world could this possibly be happening to me? My kids were a junior in high school and a freshman in high school, and I thought I had a lot of stuff left that I want to do. I cannot imagine 2 years or 3 years and getting everything done that I have to do. So it was a crazy feeling, an emotion that hit. And then it was about, a couple days where you're like, okay, bring it on, right? Like you picked the wrong person to mess with, and I can sit here and feel really sorry for myself and be really upset and be really devastated, or I can figure out how we're going to beat this. We were looking for a place to stay in Kansas City because I was going to have to go through a bone marrow transplant. And somebody at KU Med mentioned the Hope Lodge. And so we decided we'd come in and take a look at it and visit. So our first interaction was literally walking through the front door to take a tour for the chance we might stay here for 30 days. The connections in the community are absolutely the most important thing. Being able to, smile with people, sit near at lunch, kind of be in the same space, not feel so isolated was really important. You can't put a value on that. It's amazing. It is a sense of relief, to put it that way, in all the things that you are thinking about and battling and trying to process, right? To think about having to be, away from home or away from your kids or in a strange place. Of all the things we had to be concerned about, we didn't have to worry about where we were going to stay. This is something where you can actually support locally people who need this more than you will ever know, will be grateful for it more than you will ever know. And it is a way to really give back to the community in a way that is life-changing.
Wow, how incredibly powerful was that? Thank you for your courage and strength, Dr. Williams. You heard it from her. Hope Lodge is such an important resource to cancer patients financially, physically, and especially emotionally. We are so lucky to have one right here in Kansas City serving cancer patients and their caregivers. But the reality is the pandemic has drastically impacted the vital fundraising it takes just to operate the lodge. In addition, the American Cancer Society is incurring additional unforeseen costs like the installation of plexiglass barriers, purchasing masks, and other sanitation supplies for the health and safety of our immunocompromised cancer patients. That's a big word. It has been a trying year, so whatever you are able to give, please consider a gift tonight. 100% of all donations this evening will stay right here in Kansas City for the Hope Lodge. You know what? Let's take a look at our progress on our thermometer to see where we are right now. Let's take a look. Wow! Come on, keep it going. This is amazing. I can see the donations coming in right now. The thermometer keeps growing, and we still need to reach our goal tonight. Remember, every dollar raised tonight will be doubled by the founder of Shave to Save. That's right, Matt Anthony is going to match every dollar raised tonight. So don't miss out on the opportunity to double your donation. You put $100, that's going to be $200. Put in $1,000, it's going to be $1,000 extra from Matt Anthony. So donate now to package number 100. Now would be a great time to check in on our next group of shavees. Are you ready? Let's see how much this group has collectively raised together. Whoa, holy mackerel. That is a lot of money. Fantastic. Thank you guys for being such supporters of this and getting your head shaved. I can't wait to see what they look like, and let's watch.
My name is Todd Buffington, and I'm here to support my father, my sister, and my father-in-law, who have all had cancer here in recent years. Well, it means a lot to me personally, just from what my family has gone through and seeing all the impact on the caregivers specifically of those going through treatment and through the pain of having cancer, and to be able to support the Hope Lodge and allow those people to have a free place to stay while they're going through treatment is amazing.
My name is Kevin Holmes. I'm the evening anchor at 41 Action News. You have to be living under a rock if you don't know anybody who's impacted by cancer. I mean, from family members to close friends like Gary, even my mentor back home in Chicago, all impacted by such a treacherous disease that we really have to raise funds and awareness for. And the Hope Lodge does wonders in our own backyard. So I'm a part of this community. I love this community. Why not help this community? And this is one way to contribute.
Hi, I'm John Pretzman, Chief People Officer for Terracon, and this is really important to me to do the Shave to Save. So the catalyst was my niece who battled cancer and is doing a great job right now, and then my best friend most recently, which really kind of rocked my world. But good news, he's asymptomatic right now, so that's good.
My name's Justin Perez. I'm a firefighter with Gladstone, representing Gladstone Fire EMS and our union. Representing this as far as a firefighter, and we come across people all the time that have cancer, and it's a very prominent thing in our line of work. Know people personally that have had cancer, so that's why I'm participating.
My name is Rosemary. I'm 21 years old, and I'm a third-year medical student at the UMKC School of Medicine 6-year med program. You know, I've had people in my life who have personally been affected by cancer, and I've seen how hard it is for them, and also as a medical student, I've seen how hard it is for the patients that I see at the hospital, you know, dealing with cancer and trying to figure out just like their treatment options, and the last thing they should be worrying about is where they're staying, their food, their transportation. And so I thought this would be a good way for me, where I am right now as a medical student, to do something impactful for the people that I'm serving in my community.
So I'm Dr. Samuel Corin. I'm a pathologist with Advent Health Shawnee Mission with a cancer center there, and I'm doing this to support the cancer patients and the Hope Lodge. Looking forward to getting my hair shaved and look like a cancer patient, although I hope I never am one. Feel good.
It feels good to be able to put myself in the shoes of others that have been through this, and you know, kind of empowering to just feel what the others that feel that have gone through this whole thing. So
it's a great feel, but mostly the feeling in here for raising money for the Hope Lodge and for the patients and the cancer programs, the cancer providers in this community. It's great to be a part of it.
Wow, guys, I've been doing this for a long time, and I can never get over that magical shaving moment. All the hard work culminating in one swipe of the shears. Amazing, truly, truly great work, shavies. Thank you so much. Now, tonight wouldn't be complete if we didn't hear from one of the top shavies in the history of Shave to Save, who also happens to be the chair of our Board of Ambassadors. Jeff Wright, Vice President of Cancer Services with the University of Kansas Health System, is an incredible advocate for the Hope Lodge, and his passion is truly infectious. We have been so lucky to have his leadership the last 2 years. Let's welcome Jeff to the event. Jeff?
Thanks, Gary. I appreciate you having me today. And I also want to say thank you for your 20 years of supporting the Shave to Save, which benefits the Hope Lodge. I'm also very proud today to be here as the presenting sponsor from the University of Kansas Health System as we look at providing support and care for the patients at the Hope Lodge. But I'm really also very proud of my last 2 years serving as the chair of the Board of Ambassadors for Shave to Save, which benefits the Hope Lodge, but really excited that Jeff Navor has agreed to take on this position for the next couple of years. And we have this nice item to help commemorate today, and Jeff taking as the board of chair position. So Jeff, I'm proud to present to you this item for you, in recognition of your willingness to serve as board of chair of the ambassadors.
Oh my goodness, well I didn't get you anything, Jeff. So do I get to open it now?
Oh, please do,
All right,
do. Just
so
came in from Zurich, Switzerland.
I see that. Very, very fancy.
Very careful, it's very fragile.
All right, the passing of the shears.
Yes, yes. So I put a little note on there, Jeff, and it is to a sincere thank you for your willingness to help support our cancer patients at Stay at the Hope Lodge. I know you'll do an awesome job, and I wish you well. And please treat that very carefully, very fragile, but in a couple of years you'll be turning it over to somebody else as well. But Jeff, thank you, and I appreciate your willingness to help with Shave to Save and to help all of our cancer patients that stay at the Hope Lodge. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Jeff. But first off, we need to thank you for your leadership on the Board of Ambassadors over the last 2 years, but also for all that you've given to Hope Lodge, not only while you served as the chair of the Board of Ambassadors, but over the years in general. The Hope Lodge is where it is today in large part because of your support and dedication and commitment.
Well, thank you, Jeff. And again, we're so excited about the event this year and look forward again to seeing Jeff take over here as we get ready to move for the next couple of years. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jeff and Jeff, how about that? The passing of the shears is official. These two individuals are special people, and during their time as shavies, the two of them raised $62,913 for the Hope Lodge. Now that is leadership and an example of what can be done. Amazing. Shave to Save is in great hands, and we are so thankful to you guys. All right, it's time for group 3 of shavies. Are you guys ready? Now is your time to shine. Like me, I'm pretty shiny. Let's check in to see how much the group collectively raised for our Hope Lodge. You guys are awesome. Let's watch their incredible experience.
My name is Nirmal Veramachnani. I'm a thoracic surgeon at the University of Kansas. I'm doing this to support my patients and to show some solidarity for the people who are truly the warriors in this.
My name is Aditya, and I'm shaving my head to provide more funding to physicians and doctors who are helping out those with cancer.
My name is Chris Wilson from the University of Kansas Health System, and I participated in Shave to Save for really 3 reasons. One, all the patients and families that come from outside the KC Metro to receive our cancer care services. 2, had a team member who unfortunately passed away from cancer during this process. And then 3, from my colleagues Jeff Wright and Jeff Navor, who are so passionate about this program.
Russell Reen, representing the University of Kansas Health System. We are here supporting Hope Lodge and our patients and our families that visit Hope Lodge, that many of whom come and visit our medical facility.
Hi, my name is Tammy Schween. I'm employed with Terracon Consultants out of Lenexa, Kansas. I decided to become a volunteer for the Hope Lodge as a shavee to show support for my mother, who has stage 4 breast cancer. As we know, losing hair and the thinning of hair is often the cause of cancer treatments. Plan on using this opportunity to have conversations about the early detection and how important it is. If something's off, see your doctor, go get your mammograms. Don't ignore the signs.
My name is Ricky Carbajal, and I'm representing Sarah Cannon Cancer Center out of Research. And I'm here today twofold. Number one, obviously to support the Hope Lodge. I've been very fortunate enough to go to the Hope Lodge and tour it, and I see what an incredible place that it is and what it does for the families. Number two, I'm also here to support our mom. My brother's here too, to be my shavee, and my mom went through cancer 5-6 years ago, and so I'm here to support her, and I'm just grateful that I have the opportunity to support a great organization.
I'm Eddie Woolsey, and I am the 2021 Shavee Shave to Save for VML YNR, and I am shaving for my mother, Peggy Woolsey, and my mother-in-law, Ruby Hafner.
Jonathan Horowitz. I'm getting my head shaved as a gastroenterologist. I take care of plenty of people who unfortunately have cancer, and we work on prevention, and also multiple family members who have had cancer as well. I think as a gastroenterologist, it's always my mission to help prevent cancer, and I think working at Liberty Hospital and with my group Consultants of Gastroenterology, that's always our mission. So it's a good thing.
I can feel all the drafts, that's for sure.
Feels like a very small act of solidarity.
Feel a little lighter, and knowing that we've really helped some people in need here in this coming year.
What I want to do is see Hope Lodge back in action. The pandemic was hard on a lot of us, and I know it had a big impact on the Hope Lodge. We want to get it back open and get back in use. So there's a lot of families that need it, and we certainly want to give that as a resource to the folks in the surrounding region. So really excited to see what happens there.
All right, look at this. We're watching Shave to Save, the 20-year anniversary. How about that? Everyone looks so fantastic. I wish I looked that great with no hair. Well, I think I look pretty good. Now, you all haven't seen the last of the shavees. Stay tuned, because the shavees have something very special for you at the end of the show that you will certainly not want to miss. As we get ready to close this year's virtual version of Shave to Save, I would like to turn the floor over to the Executive Director of the American Cancer Society here in Kansas City, Ms. Ashley Byrne. Take it away, Ashley.
Thank you so much, Gary. We appreciate you being our host again this evening. You're such a special part of Shave to Save, and we're truly grateful for your partnership this year and every year. On behalf of the Chairman's Circle, Planning Committee, Board of Ambassadors, Hope Lodge, and the American Cancer Society, I would like to thank the sponsors and supporters of Shave to Save, especially those companies listed who make this evening possible. I also want to give another huge thanks to our presenting sponsor, the University of Kansas Health System. Thank you also to our gold sponsor, Panera Bread, who for the entire month of April organized a roundup campaign with every Panera Cafe in the 13 counties around the Kansas City metro. Our mobile bidding sponsor, GEHA, we're thrilled to have you back again this year. And to our silver sponsors, Advent Health, Black & Veatch, and Blue Cross Blue Shield of Kansas City, thank you so much for your incredible support. And let's not forget our bronze and in-kind sponsors. Each one of these partners help make nights like tonight possible, including our amazing media partners. So a special thanks to Cumulus Radio, Steel City Radio, Carter Broadcast Group, 810 Sports, and KSHB 41 Action News. Also, we want to take this time to thank our Hope Lodge 20th birthday donors: Capital Federal Foundation, American Century Investments Foundation, Dane G. Hansen Foundation, Kemper Family Foundation, Kansas Health Foundation, Susan Glass Family, GEHA, McCarthy Auto Group, Walter S. and Evan C. Jones Testamentary Trust, Wichita Community Foundation, Community Foundation of Southeast Kansas, Rita Bicknell Women's Giving Circle, Global Family Star Lumble Charitable Trust, Jim and Connie Shea, Western Kansas Community Foundation, Azura Credit Union, Topeka Community Foundation, and the Central Kansas Community Foundation. I also want to recognize the Roastery, who once again created a delicious cup of Hope Brew. If you haven't purchased your bag of coffee tonight, there's still time to do so, and it's really good. Just go to package number 101 on your device, and you can purchase it directly from there. And an extra thanks to our Board of Ambassadors and the Planning Committee. You've all been meeting for months, and it's finally accumulated to tonight. And what a night it's been. Congratulations, team. And finally, this event would not be what it is without the courage and the amazing dedication of our wonderful shavees. Way to go. You not only look fantastic, but you raised a whole lot of life-saving funds for the Hope Lodge. So thank you. Back to you, Gary.
Thank you so much, Ashley. Well, that about wraps it up. As a reminder, you have until 9 o'clock tonight to keep those bids coming in. Bid high, bid often, they're going to be matched. And don't forget, if you haven't had a chance to make a donation, get it in tonight, as all the donations will be matched 100%. It's doubling your donation, all right? It'll be fantastic. But the opportunity ends tonight, so don't delay. Select package number 100 to make your donation. And you guys, look what you have helped accomplish this evening. That's amazing. The thermometer just gets higher and higher, and we couldn't be more grateful. What better way to end the evening than one more surprise? Are you ready? One last look of all of our 2021, or we'll call it 2021 shavies in our Shavy Mashup. Events like this are successful because of passionate supporters just like you guys out there. Thank you so much. And with that, I'm meteorologist Gary Lezak. I look forward to seeing all of you again very soon, hopefully in person next year. Have a great night.